So the last thing that we're going to look at today is we're going to look at making predictions using probability. And so this is out of page 273. So we went over earlier in this probability unit that you calculate experimental probability by doing the number of times something has happened divided by the number of trials. And so what we're going to look at today is to get the expected probability of something. To get what should happen is that we're just going to get rid of this division by multiplying it over. So if we multiply both sides by the number of trials, we can get that the number of times an event happened is equal to the number of trials times the experimental probability. So if you have some experimental probability, you can use that to make predictions based off of the data that you have here. So if you have n trials of an experiment and an event has the probability P of occurring, then we can expect something to occur by multiplying n times P here. And so I've only got one example of this for you all today, but I think it should make it pretty clear. In his basketball career, Michael Jordan shot 83.53% of his free throws. Or he made that many. So if he had 18 attempts from the free throw line, how many shots would you expect him to make? So all that we've got to do to calculate that is, first off, we need to get this percentage as a decimal. So again, if you're ever wondering how to get from percentage to decimals, percent, so per means division and cent means 100. So to convert it to a decimal, all you have to do is divide it by 100, which is in effect just going to move this decimal over 2 spots. So we've got 0.8353. This is the experimental probability. And so we want to take 83% of his 18 attempts. So we're going to do 0.8353 times 18. And that should tell us what we can expect him to make based off of math. Obviously, he could make more than this, he could make less than this, but based off of data, this is our best guess for how many he should make. So if you do 0.8353 times 18, you end up getting 15.0354. But you can't have 0.0354 of a free throw. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to call that 15. And whenever you're doing expected probability, you need to ask yourself whether or not the answer that you're getting makes sense in the context. Do you need to round at all? Depending on whether it's like a measurement or whether it's in terms of money, that's gonna have to be something that you all will need to be thinking about doing these problems.